Yes, good morning. Here it is, October the 26th, 2009. There is a document that was sent to me through Canadian Maritime Law Update. The Workmen's Compensation Statutory Bar held not applicable in the Newfoundland maritime matter. What happened here was the Supreme Court of Newfoundland and Labrador Trial Division has ruled that the statutory bar prohibiting employees and their families from suing employers for injury suffered or death occurred in the course of employment is inoperative in the context of the navigation and shipping. In the Ryan Estate case versus Universal Marine, the court overruled the Newfoundland and Labrador Workplace Health and Safety Compensation Commission, and held that the families of the two deceased fishermen were entitled to sue the designer, builder, and inspector for negligent design, construction, and inspection in the fishing vessel, Rhine's Commander, which capsized, causing death. This decision has significant implications for those businesses involved in shipping, the fisheries, and offshore oil and gas, and could potentially have repercussions in other industries in the federal domain. In other words, anybody working in the waters called Canadian waters off the coast of our country, the court has basically said here is that the Compensation Board of Newfoundland and Labrador and the Workmen's Compensation Commission have no jurisdiction in those claims. In other words, this opens the door up for any worker injured on an oil rig working in Canadian waters who have been sucked into the Newfoundland Workmen's Compensation System and who have been wronged by the Newfoundland Workers' Compensation Boards to sue the board because they had no jurisdiction in there. And this is something I personally will be looking into because the Workmen's Compensation Board of Newfoundland had much to do with the way I was treated after my workplace accident. And the company also played a part in this by lying. They said basically a lot of things. They said that I had resigned. I don't see any documentation where I resigned from the company. In other words, I had clearance from a medical board here in Nova Scotia, a rehabilitation clinic, Dr. Burr, to return to work as a crane operator where I was before, or light duties. The company's representative, John Plotnikoff, told me that there was no place for me to work on the rig unless I went back on the drill floor. Now remember, I was still bearing the scars of an injury, but could cope with going back to work on a crane. In other words, these people, as far as I'm concerned, blacklisted me from going back to work on that rig. But nevertheless, this ruling, is under the Canadian maritime law, and it is something that everybody should keep their eye on and watch. I will be potentially in the near future looking at probably seeing if there's a lawyer with some gonads that would be willing to take this on. I might find one if they have any scruples at all. But anyway, I just thought I would put this up on YouTube. And remember, you can research this by going to Canadian Maritime Law Updates, or probably just put it in Google. It's called Ryan Estate, R-Y-A-N, Estate versus Universal Marine. And you will get to understand what I'm talking about much better. So I just thought I'd pass that little bit of information on to those people who have been wrongfully treated and abused by the Newfoundland Workmen's Compensation Board to do a little research. If you want to, you can give me a call at 902-434-9306 or email me wcody@accesswave.ca. So what we're dealing with here is, does the Newfoundland Workmen's Compensation Board have the right to intervene in an injury or accident in an area that's outside their jurisdiction, provincial jurisdiction? So, thank you very much and have a good day.